Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to kind of do an update to my candle project situation I'm working on, but also I'm gonna kind of make this like into a what I want to work on in August type situation. Like I said, this is kind of a project, kind of not a project. It's really unofficial. I'm just trying to really work through my candle stash is the end all be all of this situation. But it's not like a typical, like, I'm working on candles until I finish them. Especially this month, I'm going to like roll some things out, if you will. Let's just get into it. I'm gonna start with my single wicks. I feel like I wasn't working on that much, but I do feel like I still made some progress. So here we go. For the first single wick, I was working on Mahogany Vanilla, and this was full when I started, and I haven't used it that much. I feel like I've lit it a lot, but if I do it in like my bathroom, let's say like when I shower at night or whatever, I'll do it for like an hour. So I feel like it's just, there's like a lot on the sides except for this one little section. But the single wicks usually really correct themselves if they have like, they don't fully pull out, I feel like, until they get farther down. So I love the scent of this. I have maybe another single wick in this, or at least I have a full size for sure. I like absolutely love this scent. It's a mixture between like mahogany teakwood and vanilla, and it smells absolutely amazing. So I think what I want to do with this one, I'm going to keep this one in and keep it going. I think I really want to focus on it in the bedroom versus the bathroom, and just maybe light it at like a 7:30, 8 p.m. kind of as we're winding down, like the last few hours before bed, I guess. That would be really nice for this one, I think, because the single wicks don't throw a ton, but I feel like this one, once it really gets its pool going, its wax pool, the scent is really nice. So excited for when I get to my 3-wick of it. The next single wick I was working on is this Kindness Vanilla Bean. I haven't marked this because I actually really like this jar. I, for some reason, have a weird connection to this blue jar, and I think I'm gonna try to reuse it. I don't know what for per se, but I didn't want to mark it because I was like, I really have a weird obsession with this blue jar, like I said. But once again, this was full. Yes, it has a situation going there, but like I said, I feel like the single wicks really correct themselves, and I don't really worry about them. But it was full when I like chatted about it last month, so we're right there, as you can see. So we've made a little bit of progress, plus a little extra if you count that somewhat tunneling situation. But once again, I do really love this. It's just like straight up vanilla bean. Like if you like think of vanilla bean ice cream, that's what it smells like. So I do like this one. I don't feel like it's the strongest. Also, it's obviously only a single wick. So, but I feel like it's a nice aid if I have something else going. I don't know. It's fine in like the kitchen. Typically, what I'll do with my single wicks, I like to, or like what I've been doing recently, I like to do a candle in the morning. So it just gives me an added boost of time where I can work on a candle and I don't have to like worry about turning on my warmers or anything. I just feel like the time frame, it's maybe like an hour and a half in the morning essentially, which doesn't seem like a very long time, but also I feel like the candle throws the scent faster than like a wax warmer. So I just do it in my open concept. I just like light a candle on the stove. It just gives like a nice ambiance in the morning, I feel like, and it helps me work through my candles. However, if I like wake up later and I feel like I don't have the whole hour and a half time span, I'll just light a single wick because I'm like, I don't really care about it pulling out all the way or doing the things. So that's kind of the situation with the single wicks. I will just kind of use them in place as my like last resort, I woke up late situation. Obviously if I like wake up extremely late, I'm not gonna light a candle. I'm talking about like, say I typically get up at like 5:45 and I'll light the candle. Say it's like 6:15 because I slept in a half hour, I'll light the single wick. That's what I'm saying. If it's like 6:30 and I'm getting out of bed, I need to get moving because I need to get a move on because I gotta get to work. So that's kind of the situation there. So The single wick I definitely make the most progress on is Strawberry Pound Cake. And so this one was full and it's a little bit above the like halfway point. I do feel like this one has got a little bit of a like mushroomy situation going on. I find with the single wicks, I feel like the wicks are really hard to trim. But with this one, I've just been like taking a paper towel, napkin, toilet paper, whatever, and just like breaking the little stemmies off of the mushroom top, and they seem to fall off, and then like it's fine. I don't feel like I need to cut it down. I just want to get those little extra particles off so that they don't like poof and explode and cause the sitting and the smoke and all that stuff. It's seemed to have been working okay because I have like a official wick trimmer from like Yankee, you know, that's supposed to like reach to the bottom of your large jars. But I prefer to do like trim my wicks with like cosmetic scissors just because I feel like I have more control. With the big Yankee one, I feel like I just can't, if I can't see exactly where I'm cutting, I sometimes cut wrong and like the wicks break because it's just like, it's really heavy. I feel like I have better control with those cosmetic scissors. However, once these start to get down, like even at this point, it's really hard to get in there with the cosmetic scissors and get like a decent angle at the wick. So I've just been trying that method and it seems to be working with the like paper towel or whatever. But this one, like I said, as they start to get down, they really kind of fix themselves. This one had a ton of like stuff on the outside, like this, you know, where it's like not fully pulled, as you can see. It had that like way high, as you can see from the like schmutz on the side of the jar. But I always find the single wicks correct themselves. This one actually throws decently. Also, Strawberry Pound Cake's like definitely the most. If I don't typically buy duplicates of candles, but I have like 3. This is my 3rd single wick. I have 3 of these and probably 2 or 3 full size, like 3 wicks. I just really love the scent of Strawberry Pound Cake. Kind of went on like a little bit of a only buying Strawberry Pound Cake bit there, and now I have a ton of it in my collection. Okay, let's talk about some of the summer candles that I'm gonna keep in because I feel like they're essentially almost done. So the candle I made the most progress on, I think, is Pink Apple Punch. So, oh, I didn't draw a new progress line. Wow, okay. Not good here. I only drew lines on my new candles, I guess. All right, you can probably see here, but I'm gonna try and do this here too, just so it's more visually. There we go. I feel like I made a ton of progress on this one. So I feel like these wicks, they're like the skinny wicks with the core in the middle, I think. They just don't mushroom, they don't like soot really. I just feel like they're giving me really good strong performance. So this is one I've been working on in the morning mostly, which I feel like is why I have the most progress on it. But this is a summery candle in my opinion, like spring summer candle, and you're gonna see a lot of me like transitioning to fall in this group, but I'm gonna keep these 3 like summery candles in here just to get through like the rest of my summer like wax melting. I have a lot of summer scents I picked out for my wax melting basket, if you guys saw that. So I don't want to completely like rule out all these summer candles and burn my fall candles and melt my summer wax. So I'm just keeping these in to get me over that hump. But I feel like at any point I could put any of these 3 in the candle crock and be fine. So I'll continue to burn them while I work on that wax. But as soon as I feel like I'm getting to the end of that wax, I'm just gonna pop these in the candle crock most likely, because they're like essentially all to the point where I'm fine with doing that. So I didn't mark this one either, of course. It's Island Daydream. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can kind of see where the progress is. So it's like right there by that leaf. I feel like some of these packagings you really can't see where the stuff is. So I definitely didn't do as good on this one. Oh yeah, that's pretty close. I really couldn't see there. But I feel like this one also has kind of those skinny wicks. If I just trim them up a little bit, I feel like I could also start working on this one in the morning too. the ones that are like, maybe the next one I'll show you, but if they have those like mushroomy thick wicks, I don't really want to work on those in the morning because I feel like sometimes they can be a loose cannon. Yeah, this is juicy pineapple, tangy mango, sugarcane, coconut water. So once again, just another scent I have in here to get me through like that end of summer, warming, melting, whatever. So this one I'll probably try to work on a little bit more before I pop her in the candle crock. But this last like more summery one is watermelon lemonade. And I love this packaging on this. It was for Mother's Day. This one I also made a decent amount of progress on. Let's give her a mark. So I did okay. I did a little bit better than I did the previous set. But this one, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. It kind of is starting to get a little bit of discoloring wax, especially like on the top here, if you can see that. So this is kind of a weird situation with the Wicks. I feel like it's not those thick mushroomy wicks, but it's not the skinny ones. So I don't know if there's a third set of wicks they have, and they're kind of all leaners. I don't know if you can tell that they all kind of like, but this one I actually completely like disintegrated one of the wicks. I like completely broke it off to like a nubby, and it actually came back. So somehow miraculously I saved the candle. But this one, if I choose for one of these to go in the crock, this will probably be the first one that goes in there, just because I feel like it is starting to get a little bit discolored. And I absolutely love the scent, but I don't want to deal with any of that. As soon as things start to go any bit awry, or even if they don't, I put things in the candle crock. So those are my last 3 summer candles. I feel like I made really good progress on those ones this go around, but that's not all I was working on. However, I'll tell you what I wasn't working on. I still have in this Vanilla Bean Noel, which I pulled in as my bakery scent, and I just have like an aversion to actually burning this for some reason. I don't know if it's because I'm like, I really love the jar, but I need to get over it. I need to get over it, and I just need to burn it. Like, it's completely unlit. It's from 2020. Yeah, it's from 2020. It smells great, but like, I need to get on this one. I have other bakery ones I want to pull in, but I want to get this one going first. And like I said, I do love it. It has like the glass lid and everything, but once I get through it, then I could just repurpose the jar. So I need to get a move on. But yeah, I'm not going to mark this because I do want to reuse it, like I said, but I need to use it to be able to reuse it. Okay, and then also this one, this basil green tea. I know I told you guys last time I lit it once and I was just not having it. These are those like thicker mushroomy wicks, kind of. They're kind of like a combo again. Like, they don't seem that thick, but they're definitely all mushroomy, and I only had this lit for like an hour. So once again, I love the lid on this one. Could repurpose this once I'm done with it. I love this scent on cold, but on warm it was like choking me out. So I'm actually going to put this one back and either use as an outdoor handle, which I don't know that I need to do this season, so I'll probably save it for next season, either use it in the spring or use it outdoors. So just because it's so intense, I feel like it's one I need to use with the windows open, and I probably won't want this scent with my windows open situation until the spring again. Like, I don't want to do this in the fall with the windows open. I want to do fall in fall with the windows open. I hope that makes sense. So this one is actually going back into my stash, not like to the store or anything. Isn't that not the policy anymore? I'm not entirely positive. I'm not huge on returns. I did like one exchange and I felt so awkward, like they were unburned candles and one was gifted to me, and like, not that it was a bad experience, but I just felt so uncomfortable. It's just not my thing. Okay, I was also working on coconut palm. So this, I feel like this is more progress than I actually like think it looks in the jar, but I feel like my lines, if you can see them, I feel like they're legit. So I guess I did, but it looks like I've made more because this looks essentially full to me. So I'm trying to decide, like, do I want to keep this one? The notes are coconut milk, Mediterranean palm, sweet vanilla blossom, and sun warm driftwood. I get a lot of driftwood. Like, it's very, personally, like, it's not that coconut to me. I think this should have been named something different. However, I just realized this morning when I was kind of putting these things together, part of me was like, I should really get rid of this. And then as I was like thinking things through, I was like, I should focus on this actually in the bedroom. Like, I think I would enjoy it so much more in there because it's definitely more of that type of scent versus my open concept. So I'm going to put it back just because I'm going to focus on it more of like a bedroom situation. But I have others I need to work on in my bedroom first, like the Mahogany Vanilla, and I have some older ones from 2020 that I really want to work on. So this one is going back, but it's going to be put into like a different category, if you will. Okay. And then this is the last one I had that I was working on in my last update to this. So it is the Homeworks Coconut Shortbread. And this one I actually made some good progress on. I haven't burned this since I got my Candle Hurricane, and you can tell because there is a lot of buildup on the sides here. But some areas it's like pulling out decently, if you can tell. I feel like this one does pretty good, and I like the scent of it. However, I do feel like it's more summery, so I am going to put it back and then just continue to work on it next summer. I feel like this is one that I was scared to pull out and burn, so I waited a really long time. I feel like next year I could pull it out in like April or May and start working on it. So I'm gonna do that. Just a really nice lemon and coconut and like bakery-esque. So I really enjoy this one, but I just want to put it back because I feel like it's not the right season for it. Okay, so I'm keeping in Watermelon Lemonade, Island Daydream, Pink Apple Punch. I need to start Vanilla Bean Noel, but it's staying, so it's 4, and then the 3 single wicks. So I'm keeping 7, and I have quite a few that I'm bringing in that I want to start working on in August. So a lot of these are fall, but like I said, I kind of have the combination of all the fall. I have the few bakery options, and then I have the final few summer candles to like get me through this transition month. So the first one is actually going to go right into my crock. So this is Pumpkin Apple from last year. I actually was clearly working on this in a project. Here's kind of the situation. It's very much, it's got a lot of like an unmelted situation going on here because the wicks are kind of like oddly placed towards the sides. I feel like it just never melted up here. But this is like pretty low down for me. So I feel like I just need to put this in the crock. That's my personal opinion. It smells great. It smells just like pumpkin apple. It smells like fall. I may put it in the crock today, honestly. I might do that. It's like rainy here and 72. I'm gonna put it in. So kind of the situation with this one also, I had this not like bad waxident, but I had this waxident where I spilled this pink wax on like all kinds of things. And I don't know if you can see this, but the lid is covered in this pink wax that I spilled. And some of my other candles are completely covered in it. A lot of the things, like I got it out of the carpet, I got it out of my like shelf thing back here. This happened like a while ago, but I didn't realize how covered some of my candles were. So I don't know if you can see all that. It's really gross. Yeah, so it's so reflective, so it's hard to see, but some of the fronts of my candles got covered, and so I feel like I can't put those in my candle crock because once it gets hot, it's gonna like melt off. So I'm trying to decide what I should do with those. I'll probably try to like just wipe some of them down, but some of them I feel like might be total losses almost. Also, I feel like if the outside's covered and I burn it and then it gets hot and then it even melts like on my candle stand or something. So I didn't think that far when it happened. I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. I won't worry about the candles. But now that I'm like, it was all kind of my fall candles. So now that I'm like pulling those back out, like this one, I'm like, ooh, like this one's just the lid, so I don't feel so bad. There's a little bit on the jar, but I feel like I can buff that out before I put it in the crock. Some of them though is like the outside of the jar covered, and I feel like I don't want to put those in my crock and wreck my crock or have to worry about trying to clean the inside of my crock with melted wax on the bottom of it. So like I said, I feel like some of those might be losses. It was only like 3, and I feel like I can save at least 2 of them. So we're gonna find out. Okay. Next, I want to bring in a coffee candle to this project because I feel like if I'm gonna work on some of these in the morning, I feel like on the weekends it'd be really nice if I could work on a coffee candle. In the workday mornings, I feel like I don't leave it long enough that I would care if it's a coffee candle or not. Like right now I've been doing the pink apple punch mostly in the mornings, which isn't necessarily any sort of morning scent. It's just something I wanted to work on. But I feel like on the weekends it'd be really nice to have a coffee. So I'm gonna roll in my white caramel cold brew. I think this is the oldest coffee scent I have. I marked it right at the top because it's brand new. So I'll probably start on this tomorrow morning. It's Saturday today, so I'll probably start on this then. It's really nice. To me, this is kind of like a summery caramel. It's cold brew coffee, vanilla sweet cream, warm caramel drizzle. Like I feel like it's not as heavy as pumpkin spice latte. It's more like an iced coffee type vibe. I know that's weird to say about a candle, but it just seems lighter to me. But I figured it might be nice in this kind of more transition month. So this is gonna be my weekend candle burn. Weekend morning coffee candle burn. So specific. Next, I bought so many of these, so I need to continue working on them. This is the Huntington Home, so the Aldi brand pumpkin apple fritter. So this one is when they have the notes still. It's bakery pumpkin and vanilla. I absolutely love these, but I don't remember the burn of my last one being that great. I have this one, and I also have another one. So I want to get started on it. I obviously need to trim these wicks, but I love the scent of this. It's just so amazing. So I'm going to continue to work on it. This might be one I need to pair up with another candle because I don't feel like it throws super strong. So we will see. And then I have this, I think the brand is Clementine Paper Ink. I'm not sure. It's from Home Goods, but it's sweet cinnamon pumpkin. And typically I really like the label, but it's not coming across very well on camera. This is the lid. I feel like sweet cinnamon pumpkin from Bath and Body Works is like an absolute no for me. It's way too spicy and cinnamon. This is like a really sweet cinnamon sugar, vanilla, and pumpkin, like a hint of pumpkin. So I really like it, honestly. And I do love that it's kind of like a bigger, as you can tell. So I feel like this one I may put in like our living room, like on our little table kind of in our living room that you would like, you know, put your drinks on, put our remotes on, stuff like that. And then we can just burn it in the evenings as we're kind of hanging out in there. So I did mark it, but I feel like this one will be a longer lasting one. And I feel like that's a perfect spot for it. So initially when Corey and I moved in together, we moved in, I think the start of September, like right at the end of August, beginning of September. And I got us like one of these bigger Homeworks candles, and I kind of did the same thing. I put it on that coffee table in our more like living room space, and we would just light it every day when we came home, and it kind of just made our home cozy. So now in the fall is kind of just like the thing I like to do because it reminds me of when we first moved in together. And like one day I think of this all the time when I think about this setup, but one day I came home from work and Corey had beat me home and he had lit the candle in that little area, and I just like, I remember that. What? Jerry not in here? Oh. And so I just think of that, and like it just makes me feel like, it just reminds me of when we moved in together and he had lit it and he was like, oh yeah, I just love this candle here, like it makes it so cozy. And so I just kind of want to recreate that feeling. So, okay, more things to roll in. All these are brand new, so have a lot of work to do. However, they're not new in age. That's why I need to work on them. So next I'm rolling in Bath and Body Works Pumpkin Donut Shop. So once again, this is completely full. I was actually just watching Hi, it's Vicky's video about her candle project, and she was like talking about this one, and I was marking the candles as I was watching her video, and she was like, I'm rolling in pumpkin donut shop. Like, she was completely talking about it. She's like, my friend Ashley loves this one, and I was like, I'm literally marking this candle. Ashley's talking about loving it. I also love it. Then she said my name, and I was like, this is like crazy. So me and her are completely obsessed with this scent, and for good reason. It is completely amazing. It's glazed donuts, warm pumpkin spice sprinkled with powdered sugar. It's literally like a powdered sugar donut. It's so good. So I know Vicky mentioned they did not bring this one back this year, which as soon as she said that, I was just like, depression. Like, I was like, I'm so upset, but also trying to get in this better mindset. Like, I don't need to hoard things. I want to use things up. They'll always be coming out with new things. They kind of did this thing where they brought it out, and then the next year they didn't bring it out, and then last year they brought it out again, and now this year it's not available. So maybe they just kind of like are weighing their options. I don't know. Regardless, I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna love it. And Vicky also mentioned in her video that she likes to do it with a coffee scent, so I may actually try and pair it with my coffee burn on like my mornings on the weekend or whatever. So we will see. I have never done it with a coffee candle, so when she suggested that, I was like, I might have to try that, because I'm kind of rolling in the same kind of things here. So I just really thought it was funny that I was specifically marking my pumpkin donut shop candle as she was talking about it in her video, like completely out the blue. And then she mentioned me, like, it was so funny. So definitely check out Hi, it's Vicky if you haven't already. I think I have her channel tagged in my channel page, like featured channels. But I can leave her link down below if I remember. I'm sure you guys probably already watch her because I talk about her a lot. Okay. Next I have Caramel Pumpkin Swirl. Okay, Caramel Pumpkin Swirl. So this one is luscious caramel, ground cinnamon, rich brown sugar, creamy vanilla. This is very much just like a rich caramel scent. Maybe a little bit of pumpkin, like creamy pumpkin. No spices to me personally. So this is pretty gourmand in my opinion. Ugh, brand new, as you can see. Probably gotta trim out these wicks a little bit, but they look like the good ones. So hopefully that's a good sign. And then I was gonna do this one today, but I might, like I said, put my pumpkin apple in the candle crock, and that's probably, since it's like day one in the candle crock, it'll probably really fill up the house. So this is warm apple pie. This was an online exclusive when I bought it, I'm pretty sure. It's brand new. I absolutely love the scent of it. I personally feel like, if you are a Scentsy fan, I personally feel like this smells like apple cherry strudel. I haven't burned it yet though, so we'll see. Baked Granny Smith apple, melted brown sugar, flaky homemade crust. So I was actually gonna do apple cherry strudel today, and that's why I wanted to do this one, because I felt like they really would go together. Okay, I need to readjust before we talk about the last three situations. So these are all homeworks. Some of these are like pretty new, and then another one I've had for quite a while. So this one, I feel like I want to get to it before it sits too long, because it's salted caramel cake. And I feel like if I let this sit longer, the caramel could really come out and maybe be too intense. So the notes are salted caramel, black walnut, caramel swirl, and vanilla bean. I really like the scent of it. It's really just like a nice gourmand, kind of in between summer and fall caramel scent. Like, it doesn't lean too fall, it doesn't lean too summer. I feel like I can do this anytime, so I feel like it's a perfect time to do it, because say I get through those summer candles, we have like an unseasonably warm day, like at the end of August maybe, so I don't want to work on my fall scents, I can reach for that one. That's kind of my angle I'm taking. Okay, then we have apple cider frosting. Again, this one is new. Fresh pressed apples, spice cider, buttercream frosting, and vanilla glaze. This one, once again, is kind of like that in between summer and fall. It's got the apples, so it leans a little bit fall to me, but also I feel like it's so like gourmand. It's so gourmand and like vanilla buttercream-esque that it's not completely fall to me. So I feel like it's a really good time to work on it. And then it wouldn't be August if I didn't bust out my hot cider donut. So I am really excited to work on another one of these. I currently have 3 in my collection. So like I said, I don't typically buy backups, but this one I have 3. So this is Harvest Apple, Cinnamon Sugar, Vanilla Bean, and Spice Cider. It is just the quintessential fall from Homeworks. Definitely try this if you haven't already. It's so much better when it's actually burning too. It's so good. So that is a fall staple. So I'm really excited to get that one out too. I have a lot going on here, so I'm going to try my best to work on these things. I feel like I've moved some warmers around, so I feel like I can concentrate on my candles and my warmers and kind of like do a good combination of things. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll chat about it later on, but that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.